Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I thought I'd discuss everything you guys need to know before Ruan Mei releases. She will be releasing in roughly a week from now, so I thought I'd make this video to help you guys prepare for her. If you guys do enjoy videos like these, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like to support the video. Now though, let's get straight into it. So for those who aren't too sure of what Ruan Mei's kit does, I'll go over it for you guys real quick, but if you guys do want the full kit breakdown from what we know so far officially, it will be on my previous video on Ruan Mei. So to give a quick sum up of her kit, she is a Ice Harmony character, which is the first Ice Harmony we'll be getting in Honkai Star Rail. She'll be able to increase weakness breaking efficiency and also increase the damage of allies with her skill. And on Honkai Star Rail's website, it also shows that she gives a speed buff to allies. So a good amount of buffs right off the bat for sure. Plus she's also able to give all type elemental resistance penetration, which is really strong for going against enemies' resistances and being able to deal more damage against them. And her ultimate is able to put Sakura plumes when you weakness break an enemy, and these Sakura plumes will delay when that enemy is able to recover from their weakness meter being broken, which is awesome for being able to delay when enemies actually get to attack you again. She will also inflict ice break damage as well with the Sakura plume from shown in the live stream. It was in little parentheses, and her technique allows her skill to be active at the start of a fight. In simulated universe, the more blessings you have, the more weakness breaking efficiency will be strengthened with your attacks. Now though that we got the basics out of the way, I wanted to go over what you guys need to know to prepare for her release. For Ruan Mei's materials, you will be able to preform everything except for the new Echo of War boss. Since in 1.6 we will be getting a new boss that will use the new material revealed in the livestream for our new characters. Here's how many materials though you will need to get a level 80 Ruan Mei and also level all of her traces to level 8. And for those who wish to completely max her out, here's everything you'll need for a fully maxed out Ruan Mei with level 10 traces. Typically speaking though, if I were to give you guys a suggestion, I would recommend investing into traces for level 7 or level 8. And if you do have the additional resources to go for 10 and aren't working on too many characters, then I would aim for it, especially if you really like the character or if they're commonly used on many of your teams. As for relics, since the stream mentioned ice break damage, and Ruan Mei's kit is revolved around weakness breaking efficiency, it's very likely she'll want some form of break effect. I would potentially consider the Thief a Shooting Meteor set on her, and possibly even the Messenger set, maybe a 2-piece two-piece or a 4-piece, up to you, but the 4-piece Messenger will be able to give her a speed buff as well with her ultimate, so that'll be pretty nice for just getting even more speed. For planar sets, I recommend farming for the Talia set for more break, the Penacony set if you guys want more energy regeneration on her, and also want to buff your ice damage dealers even further with Ruan Mei and the team, or the Von Walk set for more energy as well. The best main stats and substats will likely be a mixture of defensive stats so that Ruan Mei has good survivability but also paying attention to her break and speed. I'll go over exact suggestions once she releases and I do my full review on her, but I'd likely aim for speed boots since speed is nice for most of our supports, energy regeneration rope for having more consistent ultimates, which is another common thing to put on a lot of our supports, and maybe defensive main pieces for orb and body for survivability purpose. I'm not too sure if she'll be an offensive support or not, but from the looks of it she mainly seems to be a major buffing character for the team, rather than a potential DPS plus support hybrid. And for light cones, I'm mainly thinking of Memories of the Past, which gives you a healthy amount of break effect, and also more energy, which is great for ultimate uptimes on our support characters. Meshing Cogs is also a nice 3-star option for more energy. Dance 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 could be interesting and pretty nice possibly to advance everyone forward after Ruan Mei uses her ultimate, and of course there are much more options as well. I'm sure her signature light cone will likely be best in slot of course, but I'll let you guys know once we know what it officially does, if I recommend fully pulling on it, and I will also compare alternative light cones as well. As for team synergies with Ruan Mei and just my overall thoughts on her, I've gone over this before, but in all honesty, she will likely be good with majority of our DPS characters because of all the buffs that she's able to provide for the team that we know of so far. Ruan Mei has a pretty loaded kit, which is pretty nice for our first limited 5-star Harmony character, and I personally believe she'll be very strong on teams. Some have asked me if I believe she'll be good with Jingliu, and I'm personally thinking yes. Jingliu can buff her own crit stats, and Ruan Mei will be able to provide Jingliu with other offensive stats that could highly benefit her damage output, and they could be a pretty powerful ice duo. I could see Ruan Mei also being really good with Kafka for very similar reasons. Kafka highly values stats like attack, effect hit rate, and if you run crit Kafka, then the crits as well, but Ruan Mei will be able to provide Kafka once again with those other stats that will be able to increase her damaging potential. Such as damage penetration, the weakness breaking efficiency could be really good for the team just for break effect purposes and potential damage over time purposes as well. And of course much more. Ruan Mei will also likely be able to work with Bronya because of Ruan Mei's skill lasting for 3 turns from what we saw in the live stream. This means that Ruan Mei will be skill point positive by 2 points, which is really good for teams and also the potential of Ruan Mei and Bronya together or even dual DPS comps. It's very likely Ruan Mei will make dual DPS comps really powerful, which is definitely awesome to mess around with more team comps and just potential synergies. For example, I could see Ruan Mei potentially being really nice with Welt in a secondary DPS team, since Welt and Ruan Mei can heavily delay the enemy, and Welt can also be built to deal sub DPS damage as well. So there's definitely going to be a bunch of fun teams I could see happening very soon with Ruan Mei coming out. And when it comes to the future potential of Ruan Mei, I could see her being such a good character for so many patches to come. Let's say we get future DPS characters, well, most DPS characters are going to highly benefit from everything that she's going to bring to the table, from the elemental resistance penetration, from the weakness breaking efficiency. That'll be pretty interesting to see on how it works with teams and just how strong it really is. So overall, I'm super excited for her release and I will 100% be pulling for her myself. I had a few people ask me if I think she's worth it. I think for sure from the videos I've made, yes, I do think she's going to be highly worth it. Once we know her traces, I will be going over that as well. But right now, I feel like she's looking like an awesome character to pick up and just put on your teams. But that'll be all for my thoughts on Ruan Mei, and of course also how to prepare for her when it comes to materials, potential relics, light cones, and so on. Let me know if you guys plan to pull Ruan Mei and if you are excited for her, what teams you guys plan to possibly put her on once you guys do pull her, or if you plan to skip her, I'd love to know why as well. But I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button to support the video, and like always, I hope you all have a nice one. Peace.